Today we are going to make a portrait of the great poet Rabindranath Tagore. With minimal pigment and few intentional brush strokes, we always see the monochromatic picture of Kavi Guru, since coloring photo had not been invented at the time, so the reference I am following is a black and white picture. I like to paint the main object first. Here I brushed water on the face. Next I'm gonna spread the mixture of red and yellow, you can see. In reference here are the most bright spaces, so when giving the base layer, avoid certain places. Look how the color is spreading on the paper. The lower portion of the face and the throat will be much darker compared to the skin tone we used, since the light is coming from the left side. For darker shade, use sap green and Prussian blue mixture with red color. Before giving values in the places, I like to cover most of the painting. It gives you a sense of balance, so you can bring out the light from the portrait. The portion between eye and the eyebrows are much darker than other parts of the face. Same goes for the side of nose and also in the inner side of ear. So you have to notice those things and put darker color there. Most of the dark places need strong and bold color. At first give the dark shade we used at the lower part of the face and the throat. Then after it dry a little, give the mixture of blue and sap green. It pulls out the darkest shade of the face. And remember, when you give color on face, try to connect it with the surroundings in the surface so it does not look like a separate portion standing out. Blending is what we need to make out the realisticness of the portrait. So the base layer is done. Now we are going to the most tricky and fun step, shading. In the shading process, always keep in mind that the skin shading does not have only one color. It have varieties. The tone I am giving over the eye is much darker than what I will give on the nose. This dark portion consists of Prussian blue, sap green and red. Whether on the nose I gave a bright red shade as on the cheek. And see how I always, after giving the strong strokes, blending it with wet brush on the edge. Don't put the brush on the color you have recently gave, just on the edge. Now before I say anything, I want to tell you the paper I am using is Brushstroke Artist watercolor paper, which I got as a bundle of 12 pages. It cost me 120 Indian rupee. It's really good. I have already tried several watercolor on these papers and the result came out better than what I could make on local watercolor paper. I have also uploaded several watercolor video on my YouTube channel. You could go and have a look. The brush I am using is an Indian brand named Shonai. It's really good and affordable. Rabi Thakur's hair was curly, and as today we can easily change the patterns of her hair, it wasn't easy then. So to do some really beautiful curls, we need a bad worsted brush, cause that's going to make the curls look real. And if you don't have one, just treat it like I did here, cause taking care of things what the expense of art teach you or me. On the left side at the middle partition of the hair, the strokes are not prominent, so mix water with blue and black pigments and give more water strokes there. The bold strokes will be drawn on the right and bottom part of the hair. Now as for the background, I am giving a dark color since this side of the face has light. To pull out the values, I need the background to be dark. Next, give the color to clothes and make sure you balance between light and dark. So now the portrait is 90% done. We just need to give some details, then it will look more beautiful. In watercolor, beards are easy if you understand where to leave space and where to put color. In this painting, the right side of the beard is in dark and that gives the left side lights. When you give hair strokes on the bright side, the color must have more water and less pigment. And make sure you have a waste brush or spread it how I have done in my brush. Now in the hair we need more dark curls, so give bold black strokes with less water. Try to keep the white spaces, don't rush, it will damage the process. The color is done. Now take water on your brush and give some drops on the paper like this. It makes the portrait look good.